Hi everybody, welcome to Dandelion Cottage and Creative Inspiration. I'm Leslie Watkins. So this is part 2. For some reason my Facebook video cut out, so I'm going to just continue where we left off. If you're interested in seeing some other projects that I've featured in the first video, please look for the one that I did just previously. So this is my design journal that I made for a special journal making workshop some time back, and I've already talked a little bit about the cover. And in the first page here you see this envelope that contains a butterfly. And for me, the butterfly is the symbol of inspiration. So I'm just going to keep going through the book, and I'm going to go kind of quickly because I have done a flip through of this book in the past. But it's a design journal that has plenty of room to jot down ideas. So there are pages, they're decorated with some stencils and some stamping, some blank pages. This is a bound journal, and it contains 8 signatures, so you can see them here. And then I've got various things tucked in between them. So for example, I have this little kind of policy closure envelope here, and it features more machine stitching and some die cuts, little scraps of paper, some heat embossing and some dry embossing. And these are a great way to use up your scraps. So if you have a lot of paper crafting scraps left over from a project, just put them in an envelope or a box and save them for when you want to create something like this. And here's a little note card inside. Let me see if I can figure out how this opens. Oh, this is the needle case. So here's a needle case with an embroidery needle, which I often use to work with my paper designs. And it features some various textured paper. So this is actually a very thin linen paper. This is some actual cork paper. In the back is some colored cardstock that's been tone-on-tone stamped. And this gold frame is just the leftover from cutting out some other gold pieces for a different project. So every little bit is useful. Here's a tuck spot with a little card that could be used for a bookmark or a decoration on a package or a gift bag. The swallow motif is used throughout the journal. More stenciling. Another little dangle. I love to make these beautiful little dangles. They're so easy to make with the wire wrapping. Okay, and just attached to a little paper clip, and of course you can use them to coordinate with your design. So I used the kind of amethyst gem and that little swallow that goes with the motif of the journal. Over here I've got a double pocket, so 2 little places to tuck your little designed cards. Tab. This beautiful coordinating paper with the wonderful gold heat embossing on it. Not embossing, gold foil, excuse me. And there's that little swallow again with a little painted background that has stamping on it, some extra trim and a place to write a message on the inside. These design books are great places to add your watercolor sketches. So in this case, I took a little watercolor that I just glued down onto the page and then decorated it with some ribbon and a message. Here's one of my peacock feathers. I love these little tiny feathers. These are from the peacock's neck. And no, I don't pull the feathers off the peacock. They molt naturally, so I just go into the aviary and I collect them and I wash them. And then I sort them and I use them for various paper crafting gifts and presents. Here's a pocket with an assortment of tags in it. More feathers. Here's a little tag that has a charm attached with a garment pin, and that just slips right in there. And then on this side we have another pocket, and here I've got some peacock feathers that are sandwiched in between some cardstock and some vellum. Now these are actually peacock feathers, but I have them on the owl page because they look a lot like owl feathers. There's another one, the little owl charm. A little acorn, copper acorn dangle. Here's another policy closure on this little envelope. A little flip out so you could add some photographs or journaling pages if you chose. In the back I've got another card featuring one of the tiny peacock feathers and an assortment of tags. And then this beautiful inlaid die cut. So this die cut is actually inlaid into the negative space of the other cardstock, so it lays nice and flat but gives this magnificent design. So as you can see, paper crafting isn't just paper. There are just endless ideas and projects and designs that you can do with it. This is just the tip of the iceberg. But I hope that I've given you some ideas and that you will be interested in exploring more of the possibilities that you can do with paper crafting. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope I gave you a little boost of inspiration. Stay well, stay happy, stay creative,